The difference of squares. What is a square number? Now, we always talk about the difference of squares and things like that, but let's look at a square number before we carry on. Now, a square number is any number that can be written to the power of 2. If I say 1 is a square number, it's true because you can say 1 to the power 2 is equal to 1. 2 is not a square number, 3 is not a square number, but 4 is a square number again because we can say 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4. The same with 9. 9 is 3 to the power 2, and that is equal to 9. So a number written to the power 2 is a square number. If you're going to look at things like alphabet letters, your variables, remember it's got to be written to the power 2. So if I say to you a to the power 2 is a square number, that is true because I can write it as a to the power 1 times 2. A to the power 4 is also a square number because you can put it in your bracket, put your 2 on the outside, and then it's a to the power 2 to the power 2 because you multiply those two. Say a to the power 8. Then you can again say to the power 2, and it will be a. What times 2 is 8? 4. So just keep in mind, it's any number that's written to the power 2. If you don't know if a number is a square number, if you can't do it in your head, you can use your calculator and you'll do it as follows. Let's say you want to know what is 81. If 81 is a square number, what you do is you put in your calculator this button here, and you put 81 in and you press equal. You'll then see 81 is 9 to the power 2 because it's 9. And 9, the square root of 81 is 9, so 9 to the power 2 is 81. So the 81 is a square number because you can write it as 9 to the power 2. Here I've got a perfect example of a difference of two squares. You see that this is a square number and this is a square number. And difference is another word for minus. What you do if you've got to factorize this, you always make the two small brackets. And then remember there is 2 of this, okay. And there's 2 of that one. So you're going to multiply x here and x there. Both on the first, on the front part of the bracket. Because now if you're going to multiply it, you'll say x times x is x squared. When you look at the minus, how do you get a minus if you multiply? You have a plus and a minus. That gives you a minus. Two different signs. And I want you to put the plus in the first bracket and the minus in the second bracket. It's not wrong if it's the other way around, but you're going to make your life a bit more difficult. So just make sure you've got your minus last. Then the y square. Your y you've got to also multiply with each other. There's 2, so it's y times y. Okay, next one, let's factorize this. The 4, if you put it in a square root bracket, it will give you 2 to the power 2. The x is already to the power 2. And the y is also already to the power 2. Now I'll go make my 2 brackets. Now this 2, there's 2 of them. 1, 2. And 2 times 2 will give me 4. X to the power 2, so it's x times x. And that gives me x to the power 2. For the minus, I say plus and minus. So that's done. And y to the power 2 is y times y. If you look at this one, you'll see that you've got 9. And 9 is 3 to the power 2. And then I've got the x. And this x is not a square number. Let's see what else we've got. Here we've got another x that's not a square number. And a y that is a square number. Now, before you look at anything, you always go and look if there's any common factors. So I take out my common factor here, which is x. And then I've got left over 3 to the power 2 minus y to the power 2. So now you can go and factorize that's in the bracket as the difference of two squares. Don't forget, this one must go with you all the way, otherwise you change the value of this expression. So what I've got here is I take this x down, and then I put this bracket into two brackets. There's 2 of the 3's, so I put 1 in each bracket. My plus and my minus, and then I put the second term in. There's 2 y's, y there and a y there, and it's done. Now this is where you guys usually get the fright of your lives, because there's fractions. Oh my word, I've never seen anybody as scared of a fraction as a grade 9. But don't worry about it, I will sort it out for you. If you look at this, look at it as 2 different numbers. The top one and the bottom one. They're both square numbers, and go write them as such. 1 to the power 2 is 1. 2 to the power 2 is 4. X is already in a power 2 form. Minus, what is 4 as a square number? It's 2 to the power 2. And 9, 3 to the power 2. Y to the power 2. Just look at each number in your fraction as a separate number. Don't look at it as a fraction. Look at it as a separate number. Then it will become so much less scary. Now you're going to factorize. Okay, there's now 2 halves, hey? Half, half. And the square, x squares, x, x. Then it's x squared. Plus and a minus. And now you look at 2 over 3. There's 2 of them. And y, there's 2 of them. And there it's done. Not so scary at all, hey? This one, just go see what you've got here. You need to write this y as to the power 2. Now, how am I going to get this to become y4? I make the inside y a 2, because 2 times 2, remember you multiply through a bracket, gives me the 4. Minus 1 to the power 2, because 1 to the power 2 is 1. Now you can go put it in your 2 brackets. Now I've got 2 y to the power 2. So there goes 1, and there goes 1. So now I've got again, if you multiply them, y to the power 4. Remember, if you multiply with exponents, you just add the exponents. And then it's a plus and a minus, and then 1 and a 1. That's how do you factorize this? Because there's a m to the power 2 and a minus, you're immediately going to think, difference of 2 squares. But it's not. Look, this 2 can't be written as a square number. This can't be written as a square number. So always first go try and find a common factor. That is your big secret yet. First find the common factors. Then your life will be a song. There won't be any problems. So let's take out the common factor here, and that will be 2. Inside my bracket, I'll have m squared minus 36, because 2 times 36 is 72. Now you'll see, but that's a square number, and that's a square number. Now you go and you write 2. Remember, you have to bring with that those that you took out. M is already written to the power 2. 36 will be 6 to the power 2. And that will be 2. M and a M plus and a minus, 6 and a 6. The only thing here that's going to count marks is this, and this. Again, this looks like it could be the difference of two squares. There's a square and this is a square number. But look here, that's not right. That must be a minus. So how am I going to change this to a minus without changing the value of this whole expression? What you do is your secret tool, common factors. You take your minus and you put it on the outside of your bracket. And on the inside will now be n squared. And a minus will give you a plus. See if you multiply this in. If you multiply this in, it becomes minus n squared. And if you multiply that in, it will become a plus. So that is correct now with a minus. And 16 you can go right as 4 to the power 2. Now, remember to bring your minus down, otherwise you're going to lose that mark. And you don't want to do that now because you're so well on your way to getting full marks for this. The n you can now go and put in both brackets, your plus and your minus, and the 4 you can put in here and in there. Okay, now we're going to do a few of these together as a group. What you're going to do is, as if we are in class, you're going to write down your first expression, x squared minus 4. Then you're going to stop the video and you're going to do the work, and once you're done, you start the video again and see if you were correct. Okay, let's start with this work. X to the power 2 minus 4 will be factored as x plus 2, x minus 2. Did you get it like that? If not, did you make this 4 a 2 to the power 2? That could be your mistake. Otherwise, figure out your mistake or go back to the videos and go have a look how it's done. Don't keep on doing it wrong. You've got to now get this within the next 10 sums. Now you're going to do number 2. Okay, a squared minus 16. That is the same as a squared minus 4 to the power 2. So you will put it in your two brackets. A times a plus and a minus and 4 times 4. Well done. I just know you got it. Please start with number 3. Okay, number 3. This is p squared minus 5 squared. And this will be two brackets. P times p plus times minus 5 times 5. Do number 4 now. Okay, this is m squared minus 6 to the power 2. So this becomes m times m plus times minus 6 times 6. Did you get this right? Remember, if you don't know what the square number is, put it under the square root sign on your calculator and press equal. Then it will give you 6. Now you know if it's coming out of the square root sign, it's 6 to the power 2. Now you can do number 5. Stop the video now. This is equal to 2 to the power 2, x to the power 2 minus 1 to the power 2. Now you put your two brackets, and that is 2 times 2, x times x, plus and a minus 1 times 1. If you forgot to put this x in, remember they are one family. There's no pluses or minus that's dividing them. So you have to put them next to each other in the first place of the brackets. This is where you could have made a mistake. And also remember 1 is the same as 1 to the power 2. I hope you're still with me and that you're not lost yet. If you are, stop this video now. Go to the beginning of the video and watch the whole thing again. It's very important that you get this right. Let's do the next one. Stop the video now. Okay, let's have a look. 16 is 4 to the power 2. X to the power 2 minus 9 is 3 to the power 2. Now I'll go make my two brackets. These two must go together, so it's 4x and 4x plus and a minus 3 and 3. Well done. I just know you've got that one. Okay, let's do the next one. Stop the video now. Okay, so 81 is 9 to the power 2. Y squared is y squared, and 16 will be 4 to the power 2. So let's put it in brackets. 9y plus 4, 9y minus 4. Well done. This was a more difficult one. Not that difficult, but difficult enough. I'm sure you got it. So let's do the next one. Stop the video now. Okay, 49 is 7 to the power 2. N to the power 2 minus 121 is 11 to the power 2. Well done. So this is two brackets. 7n, both sides, plus 11 minus 11. I'm so proud of you. Let's do number 9. Okay, stop your video now and do it. Okay, 100 is 10 to the power 2, T2, minus 169 is 13 to the power 2. Remember to use your calculator if you're not sure. Don't make silly mistakes here. Two brackets, 10d on both sides, plus and minus, and then 13 in both brackets. Okay, now we've got the last one, x squared minus 4y squared. Stop the video now and do this one quickly. Okay, this is quite an easy one. This is x squared minus 2 squared y squared. So it's x plus 2y, x minus 2y. You're now ready to go try the homework? Do the homework. I will send you a memo